This is a fan perspective of God Dethrones The Judas Paradox, the brand new album from God Dethroned. Wow. God Dethroned releases another great band that I have to talk about. I have to dive into their album on the music review blog, whatever, here on this channel. I have to dive into this album because, well, God Dethroned is one of those bands that I've listened to for a very long time. Whenever they release, I always check it out. I always give it a listen, and well, I'm glad I did because this album is a God Dethroned record. It sounds like a God Dethroned album. Judas Paradox is the 12th studio album by black and death metal band God Dethroned, a band that doesn't get enough recognition in the scene. Not a whole lot of people talk about this band. For some reason, this band kind of falls under people's radar, but they have 12 albums. They have some absolute classic records out there like Bloody Blasphemy from 1999, and the one from 1997, the Graham Galore. I think I said that right. If I didn't, sorry, but yeah, you get the picture. This band has produced some of the absolute classics of this genre, but doesn't get the recognition they need. While this album is nowhere near those classics, it's still a killer album with great moments and memorable moments all the way through this album. The Judas Paradox has majority black metal style riffing with the blast beats which God Dethroned has been known for doing for the longest time, and it makes their music quite unique with the black and death metal sound, as really normally black and death metal goes more of the death metal. This band kind of goes more into the black metal side of things and has a little bit of black metal, death metal elements in there, which kind of gives it a uniqueness and kind of gives it a different feel than what you would normally get with black and death metal. And that's why I like this band so much. That's why I basically have almost every single album they've ever done, other than I can't even. It's one of their World War One albums, but yeah, I love this band. And this album. I don't have this album on CD just yet. The vocals are probably the strongest part of this album as they cut through the mix and are loud and nasty. They are known for vocals as well. The vocals are quite different than what you would get from other death metal bands. They're more like they're not as deep as what you would get with normal. They're more black metal style vocals with a little bit of death metal in there with behind the black metal vocals. I like that about this band as well. I like that about this album. It has more of like a black metal feel to the vocals, but kind of has a little death metal thing behind it. No real complaints about this album, and it's great to see new music from this band because I love when this band releases because I've listened to basically everything they've ever done and loved it basically everything they've ever done. I don't think they have any bad albums. It's kind of one of those bands that have a perfect discography in my opinion. Standouts: The Judas Paradox, slow moving and intense. The song sets the evil black and death metal tone for the rest of the album. It's a good lead-off song as it deals with Judas Iscariot. As you know, anything that has to do with the crucifixion or any of that stuff perpetuated by a band that kind of goes into blasphemy is always one of the bands that I like. The guitar work on this song is pretty good, quite amazing. I love the guitar work on this album, especially the Judas Paradox. It sets a whole mood to this album that continues on throughout the slower parts, while also containing some absolutely brutal and fast, nasty parts as well. The Hanged Man. This song is punishing with the strong riff and nasty black and death growls throughout. The guitar work is good, especially that solo, as I did not expect that solo to hit out of nowhere. Sorry, I gotta. Because I'm kind of tripping over my words because my mouth is dry. Hubris, Anorexia, probably the most intense song on this album, while also keeping the atmosphere built before. The guitars here are potent with the blast while staying in the death metal territory. My favorite song on this album is Hubris Anorexia. Kind of a throwback to the older stuff as well. Kind of has that oomph of the older stuff. The next song, however, that I have on the standouts definitely has that going for it, which is Broken Bloodlines. Another intense song with tremendous oomph behind it. The song sounds like classic God Dethroned. The drums really shine in the song in particular, as the drums play a huge part in the song and the sound of this song. The solo is a wild one, but an absolute fucking amazing solo. Amazing song, Broken Bloodlines, probably my second favorite on this album. And then we get to the last song, War Machine. Ending the album with this song is a nice touch, as it's pounding, especially with the main riff on this song. The guitar work on War Machine is fantastic, as it's fast and violent the way God Dethroned is supposed to be. Just, honestly, I fucking love this album. I thought it was a good album, but nowhere near their classic stuff. The classic stuff with this band are just so legendary, I don't think you could ever, get close to it. Honestly. I don't think you could ever get close to the classic stuff with this band. But great stuff nonetheless, and I love when this band releases, because when this band releases, it's always a fucking good time listening. But that's all I have today. Hope everyone liked it. Subscribe, like, and comment, because, as you would know, that kind of brings me up on your feed. That kind of brings my videos up on your feed. If you want to see more, that's the way to go. But that's all I have. Hope everyone liked it, and I will see everyone whenever I upload again.